Do you really believe everything the mainstream media is telling you? They claimed the locker room couldn't stand him. They said his finger was fractured. They declared the season finished. But on Christmas Eve, inside the Browns facility, something unfolded that completely shattered that storyline. Something that made veteran players pause mid-drill and start applauding. Shedeur Sanders didn't just show up to practice. He torched the starting defense and made everyone in that building respect his name. Today, we're revealing the details of that closed-door session the critics hope you never hear about. But first, a warning. The YouTube algorithm has been throttling channels that share positive truths about the Sanders family while amplifying negative narratives into your feed. I'm not asking you to subscribe for me. I'm asking you to subscribe so you don't get filtered away from the full story if you don't hit subscribe and turn on notifications right now. The algorithm could label you as uninterested in hearing the other side. It may even bury our next video, where I break down Coach Stefanski's jaw-dropping response to this practice. Don't let them control what you see. Subscribe now and stay informed. Don't let them control what you see. Subscribe now and stay informed. Now back to the field. Insider accounts confirm Shedeur completed 10 straight passes without a single mistake. Here's how his teammates reacted to that Christmas masterclass. The football world just witnessed something special. And if you're not paying attention, you're overlooking one of the most compelling storylines the National Football League has delivered in years. Christmas Eve 2024 may be remembered as a defining turning point in what's quickly becoming the most intriguing rookie quarterback journey we've seen in decades. While families across the country were wrapping gifts and preparing holiday dinners, Shedeur Sanders was putting in work on the practice field in Cleveland, locking in his role as the starting quarterback for a franchise that has spent years desperately searching for its savior. The video that surfaced from the Browns facility that day sent shockwaves across social media, with analysts, former players, and millions of fans dissecting every frame, every throw, and every movement from the son of NFL legend Deion Sanders. This wasn't just another practice clip. This wasn't a rookie casually going through drills. What unfolded on Christmas Eve signaled something much bigger. A powerful preview of the future for a proud franchise that has endured decades of quarterback frustration, the Cleveland Browns, a team that has rotated quarterbacks the way most people change socks, may have finally found the answer to their long search. And that answer is Shedeur Sanders, the Colorado standout who arrived with confidence, swagger, and undeniable talent on the shores of Lake Erie. But this meteoric rise was only made possible by the organization's darkest and most expensive chapter. The uncomfortable truth is that this breakthrough moment was born from one of the most disastrous financial decisions in NFL history. To understand why Sanders carries so much importance, you have to recognize the cloud that loomed over Cleveland. The Browns have been a quarterback graveyard for what feels like forever. Since returning to the league in 1999, the team has started a staggering number of different quarterbacks. Each one arrived with hope. Each one ultimately delivered painful disappointment, from Tim Couch to Johnny Manziel, from Baker Mayfield to a seemingly endless list of failed experiments. The story read like a tragic novel without a happy ending. But the darkest chapter, the one that nearly crippled the franchise, was the Deshaun Watson era. Cleveland gave up a king's ransom, multiple first-round draft picks, and then handed Watson a fully guaranteed contract worth a staggering $230 million. This wasn't just a gamble. It was a desperate and unprecedented financial move. The decision was controversial from day one because of Watson's extensive off-field allegations. The unbelievable irony of that draft night is now set to unfold on the field against the very team that allowed him to slip away. Months after that pivotal evening, we're witnessing the powerful and potentially terrifying results of Cleveland's decision. The Christmas Eve footage, the authority in his voice, the chemistry with the first-team offense, it all builds toward one dramatic showdown. Sanders is preparing to make one of his first career starts against the so-called jilted suitors, the Pittsburgh Steelers. He'll line up against the very organization that reportedly coveted him, competing opposite the coach who quietly supported him. And it will happen in a heated divisional rivalry with massive, legacy-shaping consequences for both sides. You truly couldn't write a more cinematic script, The practice clips reveal Sanders calmly moving through his progressions, refining precise timing routes, and demonstrating a level of poise that hardly looks like that of a rookie. He's operating as the unquestioned leader, the centerpiece of the team's entire preparation. This is a matchup where the Steelers' proud and historic defense will aim to rattle him. They'll attempt to justify the decision to pass on him, but Sanders has the opportunity to flip that narrative into long-term regret. It's a prime stage for a young quarterback to deliver deeply personal divisional payback. However, the real driving force behind this revenge storyline is a hidden resilience that few outsiders recognized: the revelation of the fractured pinky. What makes Sanders' current surge even more compelling is the adversity he quietly battled. Analysts have praised his arm strength, his pocket awareness, and his composure, but his mental and physical toughness tell the deeper story. In a recent contest against a formidable opponent, one particular play exposed an extraordinary level of grit. According to reports, Sanders suffered a pinky injury so severe that the tip of the finger was practically hanging off the joint. This wasn't a small tweak or minor sprain. It was the kind of structural damage and pain that would sideline most players for weeks. And what did the rookie do? He told the trainers to tape it up and went right back onto the field. That's the untold story of mental toughness you can't measure at the combine or teach in a meeting room. That's the kind of warrior mentality that earns instant respect from seasoned veterans and doubtful coaches alike. The capacity to shut out intense pain and lock in on the next snap is what separates a true franchise cornerstone from someone who's just pretending. But now even that grit has sparked an internal debate: the training wheels conversation and the looming question about his ceiling. Not everyone is fully convinced about how the Browns are deploying their new centerpiece. This is where the discussion becomes fascinating. One insider reportedly voiced frustration with a conservative offensive approach, especially during the game where Sanders was managing that injury. The argument is compelling. If Sanders is constantly checking down and throwing short, safe passes, you're not truly evaluating his potential as an elite quarterback. If he's not being asked to push the ball vertically, if he's not placed in tight window, high-pressure scenarios against top-tier defenses, then how can anyone accurately measure what he's capable of becoming? The insider's stance is blunt. He'd rather see Sanders take calculated risks, even if it leads to a few interceptions, because mistakes create learning opportunities and expose a quarterback's real ceiling. The counterpoint, equally strong, is that what Sanders displayed was simply a different kind of growth. Maturity. The defensive plan from the Bills was obvious: eliminate the deep shot and make the rookie stay patient. Sanders handled it flawlessly. He didn't try to force big plays or play the hero. He controlled the tempo, picked up first downs, and proved he understands that sometimes the smartest choice is the simple one. That central conflict, wanting to unleash a fearless gunslinger versus nurturing a disciplined game manager, defines the tension of his rookie campaign. While analysts debate his arm talent, Sanders is steadily building something enormous away from the spotlight. The quiet business empire of the young quarterback. Off the field, Sanders has displayed business instincts rarely seen from a first-year player. His growing brand has taken off, with exclusive merchandise drops selling out online. Fans are eager to invest in the belief he symbolizes, proudly sporting his logo apparel and detailed designs honoring his path from Colorado to Cleveland. It's savvy branding, especially for a rookie. It shows a clear, inherited awareness that in today's NFL, a player isn't just an athlete. He's a brand, a company, and a long-term asset. Even more intriguing is his intentional shift in public presence. He has become nearly silent on social media, a sharp contrast to his more vocal college persona. This newfound quiet confidence feels deliberate, a calculated choice to let preparation and performance do the talking instead of giving critics material. He recognizes the immense pressure that comes with being the son of Deion Sanders. He understands the endless comparisons. This silence acts as protection, a statement that he's here to grind, not to entertain headlines. It's primetime son embracing humility and hard work, a meaningful psychological evolution that's proving invaluable. And that mental transformation matters, because the entire Browns story hinges on one crucial factor: the rookie contract window. The clock is ticking. The financial stakes tied to Sanders' development are enormous for the Browns organization. While the organization is still grappling with the fallout from the Watson contract, Sanders' rookie deal, a massive steal for a fifth-round pick, gives Cleveland a rare, once-in-a-decade financial window over the next few years. The Browns can pour resources into skill position weapons, reinforce the offensive line, and add impact defenders, all while their quarterback remains remarkably affordable. This is exactly the kind of opportunity smart NFL teams leverage to chase a Super Bowl. Acquire an elite, high-upside quarterback on a bargain deal, surround him with talent, and make a championship run before the market catches up. Cleveland has already added critical pieces, including rookie defensive standout Martin Aka, and their offensive line is stronger than many realize. This is not a rebuilding roster. It's a young, talented team with the foundation in place, and Sanders is the most vital and cost-effective element of all. The clock is ticking, and every practice, every completed pass, is part of a high-stakes race to maximize this financial advantage. Everything depends on whether this rising star can withstand the relentless pressure of the ultimate test. The journey of Shedeur Sanders, from an overlooked fifth-round pick to the potential savior of the Cleveland Browns, reads like a Hollywood screenplay. A disastrous $230 million blunder gave way to a hidden gem, a generational talent nearly lost to a rival, and a rookie who played through a severe injury to prove his dedication. Now, Sanders faces the defining challenge: the jilted Pittsburgh Steelers. This isn't merely a game about standings. It's about organizational pride, personal revenge, and the vindication of a desperate front office move. Sanders embodies hope for a fan base long accustomed to heartbreak. He is the potential key to ending the curse, but the psychological burden is immense. Can he maintain composure, block out distractions, and truly lead a franchise that has repeatedly disappointed its supporters? Will he be the one to finally deliver glory to Cleveland, or will he join the long, sorrowful list of Browns quarterbacks who never fulfilled their promise? The shocking truth. We are about to find out. Absolutely.